This video is Cannabis Growing Edutainment, created for viewers aged 18 and over. By continuing to watch, you confirm that you are 18 years of age or older. All activities depicted in this video are conducted in compliance with our laws here in Canada. Oh hey, don't forget to watch to the end of this video for funny bloopers and dumb stuff. Okay, now we know you're a grown-up. Welcome to Grow Daddy TV.
I'm on!
Don't touch that dial. Come on. Come on. Woo. Come on. Grow Daddy TV.
These girls are so thirsty. It's been 4 weeks. They want a nice bevy. It's watering day. Come on.
Daddy checks the pH, but it's probably fine. Come on. Come on. Grow Daddy TV. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Grow Daddy TV. Come on.
Come on.
Grow Daddy TV. Come on.
Come on.
Grow Daddy TV. Come on. Grow Daddy TV. Come on.
Hey everybody, I'm Grow Daddy, aka Patrick, and welcome to Grow Daddy TV Studios. Don't touch that dial, it's got a spot of resin on it. Yeah, you've made it to Grow Daddy TV Studios, and it is the 5th episode in the 11th season. Come on, because I'm telling you guys, we're gonna have a hell of a show today. You wanna know why? Because I've got to be humble today. And, well, one thing, I mean, some people, my best friends, my friends that know me the best know me that I am the last thing from humble. I just am. I'm the last thing from humble. I'm the first one to pat myself on the back. And you know what? Today there's none of this going on today in the tent. And you guys stick around, and I'll tell you guys all about my sob story of what I'm feeling. But before I do, for you guys that just got here, I want to let you guys know that, hey, we do a weekly log here, you know, a weekly journal.
Yeah, grow journal, online grow journal.
From seed all the way till we get them in grow bags or jars. We do the whole thing of how we do things. And I've been doing this is my 11th season, so I feel like I'm really, every single grow, I just get just a little bit better at what I'm doing, more confident. Maybe not better, because obviously not better, but more confident in what I'm doing. I'm confident, in fact, I'm confident enough. Hey, before I get going, listen you guys, we do an easy 4-plant grow here in Canada.
Legally.
Yeah, it's legal for us for 4, and that's what we do. We figure most people are only growing a small amount of plants anyway.
Yeah, this should be relatable.
Yeah, this is my journal, you guys. And I may be doing things wrong, but this is the way I'm doing things, and I'm doing it my own way. And if you enjoy watching, we have a lot of fun Sunday mornings. And good morning to all our normal viewers that love watching us on Sunday morning. Good morning, you guys.
Hey, Gromies.
Hey,
We love
Gromies. Yeah, that's right. We love you guys. You guys make our morning. Keep making it for us, because we love doing these videos for you guys, because you guys treat us right in the comments.
You love us back, and we are, you know, we feel like all the work we do on this stuff is totally worthwhile for just being able to connect with other Gromies.
Yeah, so stick around, you guys, if you just got here, because we always have a lot of fun. I gotta admit, it does get a little funner as the girls get bigger. I don't know, they're just a little funner when they could run a little bit, you know, when they could run, and maybe you could start getting them into a new sport. Yeah, these girls are definitely looking beautiful, but we have some issues with them.
We will give you a good close-up look. We've got a segment later, a weed prawn segment, which does get better as time goes on.
Well, and we also describe everything in great detail, and we put it down below in the description. And that is our spreadsheets for the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, we keep a pretty intense log on our spreadsheet, and we do everything, and we show everything in there, and we even have soil recipes and our previous yields.
I mean, if you're interested, and seeing what I do, that it's working. If you've had some unsuccessful grows and you're looking for something very easy to follow, our stuff is all documented, and like we like to say, we're kind of like citizen science, because you get to learn through some of my mistakes that I'm making in the tent.
We're not going to be in the Guinness Book of Records or anything like that
anytime soon, because we're not growing. We're not growing YouTube buds. We're in fact growing we're getting everything flat on the top of a canopy, not using a scrog. We call it our Scrogless Scrog. And I do that because it's kind of an art for me. The easy way to do that would be put a net and just grow with a scrog and get your buds all level. And we pinch all the way up to the top of our buds and we just get the buds up on top.
It's the very top few nodes.
It's the muffin top.
The muffin top.
We like to call it the muffin top, the best part to eat. And so we get most of the nutrients going up those. And we also do a lot of work on our girls to get enough bud sites. Like we're gonna pinch today.
Pinching?
We're gonna pinch buds today because we need to do it 3 times before we need to do that at least 3 times before we go into flower.
Yeah, because you like to get between 40 to 50 bud sites all on top.
On each girl. And so we get 40 to 50 of them up on top. Leaning usually towards 40, but we get an occasional 50 bud sites up on top.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of them and they add up and all the nutrients are going all the way up to the top of those buds. And
that's how you got the top shelf stuff.
Yeah, and we get between 5 and 6 ounces generally speaking. That's what we're doing in the tent. If that interests you, come on, let's go, you guys.
Wait a sec. You got a hashtag too, right?
Oh, well, I like to say fuck larf, but I don't want to offend anybody that likes to grow the larf because, you know, we have different styles. You know, if I wanted to grow the larf all the way down this stem, of course, I'd end up with a little bit. This is my personal...
You'd have more stuff to put in your
No,
oil.
listen, I've grown more this kind of style, and I do know what it does. It makes my top buds larfier. I get less, so I get between 5 and 6 ounces of, generally speaking, most of the time, depending on genetics, but most of the time, really, really dense, good, hard bud.
Yeah.
It's just, that's all I want. I don't want the larf, and I know a lot of you guys want to grow for larf for resins and different things. Well, I care more about what I'm getting up on top shelf bud, and that's what we like to do around here. So anyways, I don't know where I'm going today because I'm high as a kite. I'm as high as a kite. I'm sorry for rambling this morning, you guys, but that's part of our show. That's what I do. I just sit up here sometimes and, because that's what I'm hoping you guys are doing too before you watch the show. Take a couple hits. We just imagine ourselves down in the grow room and I'm just, you know, we're just talking about the girls. Talk to me in the comments, you guys.
We're just talking shop here.
That's right. We're just talking shop, and we're just down in. That's what we're trying to be. Is this just kind of a cool outlet just to hang out for a half an hour or so, and go through my entire grow. Exactly. The timeline in the tent, you guys, is 36 days since we had seeds and we put them in those little peat pods to germinate, and they were in there for a week. So we're at 29 days that we took the sprouts. And we put them in. We put them into soil. So they've been
1.5 gallon buckets.
That's correct. And they've been in the soil for 29 days, vegging for 15 days because 2 weeks after they're in the soil, they were in veg, meaning 5 fingers or 7 fingers means they're in veg. And it could have been 12 days to 14 days because they could have vegged a little earlier. We weren't really looking, but generally speaking. They'll get the 5 to 7 fingers on each leaf around day 14. This, on one side of 14 or the other.
You really have timeline anxiety.
I do, and we're going to talk about that because that's part of my problem today. And I had to get really high today, and I'm really, really, really high, you guys, because I have major timeline anxiety. I got frustrated with Miss GrowDaddy this morning, and I've apologized immensely, immensely because. Well, I didn't realize.
I knew you had a lot on your mind, sweetie.
Yeah. It's a couple things on my mind, though, to be quite honest, Mrs. GrowDaddy.
You had some bureaucratic shit to deal with.
I had some stuff to deal with, and I had some stuff to deal with earlier.
Now. We're all good.
Yeah, I'm going back to my happy place. So they're starting week 3 of veg right now, and well, I got to be honest with you guys. They're looking a little small compared to grows that have gone by. These girls are looking small, and I don't know why. We've.
Do you want to talk about how this morning we looked at some like a previous grow or whatever, and on this kind of like at this point in the grow time wise,
the girls were quite a bit bigger.
They were quite a lot bigger.
So I got to tell you, Louise is our runt in the tent, right? I put these 2 girls, farther down so they're not getting a lot of PPFD par. If they're not getting a lot of it, you guys. So they're getting a lot less, like 280, right?
Maybe they wanted more light. Maybe they wanted more water.
I wanted to slow these 2 down.
Yeah.
Wait. This is strategy, you guys.
It's tent management.
It is, so I put these a lot lower. She needed to grow up a little bit, and definitely Louise did. Now she's not a runt, but she's not bad. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Marie, okay? There's nothing wrong with Marie, but
Louise.
she has kind of been our runt since the very beginning, and she's having slow growth. So I wanted to slow these down because when I go to flower, I want all these girls to be on the same page, more or less.
This is the tent management thing where, like, you're in order to absolutely maximize, like, totally fill up two tents. Where sometimes you have to put a big one with a small one,
right?
And you just have to work with what you got.
Yeah, and you know what? What I don't do is because I rush my runt through veg, because my other girls are starting to come out of the tent. They're starting to take over all the tents, and I can't wait any longer and have to go into flower. So what I was thinking was this season, and what's going on is, I was thinking that I was going to slow these down a little bit by getting them a little less par, so they would grow less vigorously. And she needed a little bit of light, so she's up where Louise is, getting plenty of light, and she's getting bigger. Still not as big as these two though, but I wouldn't call her a runt, Marie, but Louise. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Louise is a runt.
Louise, she's just a runt, and I'm trying to give her more time in the soil to develop roots before we go into flower. So that's my strategy, and I'm sticking to that, Mrs. Grow Daddy.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear in the comments.
It's a timeline.
And Gromies, hey, feel free to chime in. We can take it. Just no ad hominem attacks against the growing style over here. But
yeah, but normally.
But tell us what we're doing wrong.
Well, I don't think we're doing anything wrong. This is a strategy that I'm using, and I was kind of upset with myself this morning when I was looking at these, right? But then I started thinking about it. I did these things on purpose. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I slowed it down on purpose.
This might just make your yield better because of the management, right?
I hate to say it, but you know what? Look how stupid I am. Look how dumb I am, because I literally was so stressed out about and it's not until I'm high and we're doing this that I said, I did this on purpose.
I meant to do that.
I did this on purpose. My God, I know these plants have been lower on purpose, and then I come in here and I'm going, you know what? Overall, they all look smaller, and they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. They're not supposed to, because I have a runt and I'm giving her more time to get her roots. We're
not in that much of a rush.
I am really rambling now, but nevertheless, you guys are with me on this, right? Maybe you guys have to be stoned to understand me. Miss Grow Daddy, can you understand anything I'm saying?
Yes, I'm not stoned.
Okay.
And I do understand.
All right, let's get to what we did in the tent this week, though, you guys. Okay, let's talk about lights, you guys. I'm using a Mars Hydro FC4000 Evo. It's made for a 2x4 tent. It fits really nice in the tent and doing a really good job in the tent. I like the light. What can I say? If you're growing with my light, you can, if you're a new grower and you happen to be growing with my light, you can follow along where I'm growing. It's very conservative. I'm definitely not giving it too much light. If anything, I'd be accused of giving it barely enough light.
Enough light.
Yeah, but I go into flower in five and a half weeks.
Last
veg
was six weeks.
Was it 6 weeks last? So that's
5 to 6 weeks.
That's a pretty normal time to fill up my 2 tents, and I do fill up my 2 tents in that amount of time. Needless to say, it's a conservative thing. You guys can follow me, and if you guys are using a different light, you can also follow where I hang my light and how many watts I put on it, because any light you use is going to give you something pretty close. It's going to give you ballpark the same thing if you're using the watts. I have a watt meter right here. I like to pull it out every now and then. It's going to the other tent because I can still do it without unplugging anything. This is a watt meter, you guys.
We actually have a link to one a lot like, I think that exact one or one like it.
It's less than 20 bucks.
Yeah.
And it's good for a couple different reasons. And the main one is if you want to follow me. The other one is if your light's not working, you can see that watt meter going up and down a lot, and you won't be able to see it in the light. So that's a good little pro tip I like to say for lights. There's got to be a lot of people out there using lights, and they don't even know they're broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes the light, we've had lights in the past that kind of failed or whatever. I guess it's the driver that failed, and you were noticing on the watt meter that it was going up and down, and we couldn't see it all.
So the plants were getting too much light. I forgot when it was at. I think it might have been in flower. I don't remember. It might have been.
I don't remember
either. Needless to say, you guys, we're hanging, well, it's kind of weird because I got my plants in two different places. These girls are hanging about an inch. They're down about an inch lower. They're at 16 and a half inches.
You said like the hanging height is 15 to 17 inches. So I guess
I want to be hanging this light 15 inches from the top of the canopy. So I'm hanging 15 inches from these girls right here. These girls, I'm trying to slow down, right? So I've got them at a lower par, and I've had them at a lower par all week. So we're hanging 15 inches from these, 16 and a half inches from these, trying to get a little less. I'm getting 320 par on the top of these girls. On the top of these girls, I'm getting 280 par?
Yeah, 280.
280 par.
Yeah, 280.
Yeah, 280 par, so quite a bit less.
280 to 320.
Yeah, that's quite a bit, I mean, that's a big difference. So, and the reason for it, of course, is, Louise, we talked about this. She's the runt. I'm trying to give her more time in the soil, more time to veg.
We're a team here. We gotta work together.
You do, and we did explain this too. So I forgot, I'm so high, I forgot what we talked about in the beginning.
Tent management.
We talked about tent management already. Yeah. We covered it, so we won't even talk about it again. I'm just trying to give you an idea. And we are using we're using 100 watts from our watt meter. That's how many watts we have on the dial here, is 100 watts. We will run 100 watts all the way through our veg.
Yeah.
And eventually we'll try to hang these girls at the same height. I'm really trying to slow these girls down. I'll even drop this one down. I am really trying to slow the whole grow down. I have timeline anxiety, so this is gonna bother me vegging my girls for longer.
Louise, come on, girl.
I'm happy to see the slow growth though, that this is actually kind of working.
I'm glad you smoked that joint this morning and realized, and you know, it all kind of unraveled your mind about
right in the middle of the show. Right in the middle of the show it unraveled. I didn't realize because I forgot what I did earlier this week. I am just, I don't even know. So I don't even want to tell you guys what the DLI is because it's kind of wild. Well, 17 to 19.5. That's an old one.
I'll put it on the overlay.
Nobody cares what the DLI is. Let's talk about water in the tent, you guys, because you know what? It is my favorite segment. I love water. I love water because it's just, well, it's really easy right now because I watered this morning for the first time in 4 weeks.
In a total freaking panic too. You were like really worried that
No, you know what? I woke up this morning. Well, yesterday I didn't even look in here, right? And I knew they kind of were on the verge of needing to be watered. And I played golf. Shot a great game of golf, but was so angry about it, I got so stoned, I just never even came down here. I mean, that's truly my life. I mean, it's that hard. So, at any rate, I'm really happy that the whole plan worked out with the lower girls now. Yeah. They're supposed to look smaller than they normally do because I'm trying to slow the whole growth down in here. How weird is this, Mrs. Grodaddy?
It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster about the grow this morning because you were kind of like concerned about the timeline and the growth and the water, and it's like they were thirsty.
You know what?
I should have watered.
It's been 4 weeks of doing nothing.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like I feel. Anyways, I've had a lot of feelings that have come up and down. But I put about a liter of water in each of these today, and I'll tell you what. Some of them need it more. Like I said, the runt down here, Louis. I'm sorry, I don't mean to refer to you as that. Uh-oh. That's a little derogatory, I think.
Use her name.
Yes, Louise. And I'm still trying to get used to their names. So I'm sorry. She's looking beautiful though.
We're always going to remember her. And you know what? Some people are going to be pulling for her this season because I've noticed that people are often rooting for the underdog. You know?
Hey, our runts don't do too bad. We do. So this is part of having. If I'm going to have a runt in the tent every single grow. What can I do about this? Well, maybe I'll go a week or two longer in veg. And if I can slow these girls down so she can get some real good roots.
So we can totally
maybe I can take her, maybe I can take her out of that runt status of getting me, 4 ounces instead of 6 ounces.
You know, a lot of time these little girls, they grow out of their childhood shit.
We do manage to get some pretty good weight even out of our runts.
We've had a runt that was the top yield.
Yeah, and I did pH it to 6.5 when I watered. I gotta be honest with you guys though. I'm ready to throw away my pH pen. I'm just ready to. I use vitamin C and ascorbic acid. That's what I use to take the chlorine out of my water.
So yeah, see exactly how it's like it's on the screen. There's a picture of our little bottle of a
right over here.
acid, yeah, and it's just powdered vitamin C, and it's not expensive or exotic or weird or anything. Just a sprinkle.
A quarter teaspoon would probably take all the chloramine or chlorine out of your bath water.
Oh yeah.
Right? You just take a quarter teaspoon and throw it in the bathtub, and all your chlorine's gone if you want to take a bath without chlorine in it. And a lot of people do this. Now, I usually put about a quarter teaspoon in a 5-gallon bucket, and it brings my water from my tap down to 6.5 from, say, 7.58.
Out of the tap, yeah.
Out of the tap. And that's what I've always used it for. And I'm thinking all I need is a little pinch for that 5-gallon bucket if I didn't worry about pH. I'm about ready to throw my pH pin away. I just keep on hearing people talk, and I have not done the experiments in my own grow to see if it would make a difference if I just stop pHing my, my water. I mean, I could do that. It's simple. And I could do it when they're in veg.
Would that be making it even more simple?
I could even do it in veg. I don't want to give Louise.
You don't want to give Louise an excuse.
I don't want to give her an excuse. So she's going to get pH water. I don't want to give her an excuse. I've got to kind of grow her like I do every single season.
You might even give her a little extra something like in her water, like that fish stuff that.
Yeah, but I wanted to get her going. I don't think I want to do that until she gets into the next pot because I don't want to
over-newt her.
I don't want to I don't want to she's getting plenty. Look, her leaves are bright. They're beautiful.
No,
she
doesn't need that right
She's got everything she wants there. She's not wanting for anything. In fact, I would have to say that her foliage might look better than anybody else's.
You know what? Maybe she just needs a pep talk.
We're going to get into that in our weed prawn segment, okay, you guys? we're going to completely get into that, and what we're going to do is we're going to do some training today. So hang in there, you guys. We're going to do a little training, show you how, because these girls need a little training. We need to pinch buds.
Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say that maybe you need to explain how you went 4 weeks without watering. It's important.
Okay. Well, you go back to my first videos when the season started, and when I put those sprouts into their first containers, which was these, I pre-moistened the soil, and I show how I did it, and I showed, about the amount of moisture that's supposed to be in there, and I just put them in this pre-moistened soil. And I haven't watered these for 4 weeks.
Yeah, and then you just wait for them to suck it up, and then you give them more when they're out of water.
This morning was the first day I watered them.
It has been literally
4 weeks. It's literally been 4 weeks.
4 whole weeks.
So if you guys are following the show, you guys can see, how they've grown every week. And then I come in here, stomping in here this morning to look at the girls before the show. And I go, well, kind of. I came down here to water them real early so they look good for the show. And I come stomping down here, and I come in and I go,
they're not even growing it.
They're not growing. I go, what am I doing wrong?
It's like, oh, I didn't give them.
Miss Grodaddy started frustrating me because she kept on saying the VDP, it's the VPD, something with the VPD. And I go, no, the VPD's been great.
No, we checked the VPD.
It's been the VPD has been awesome. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't until here I am high in the middle of my show and I'm looking at the girls, oh yeah, I put these down. Yeah, we go back to that. Needless to say, well, I'm also thinking they normally take 3.5 weeks, right? They normally soak it up in 3.5 weeks. I've got to water. And they took a full 4 weeks. So that shows in there also they're drinking. They're smaller, they're drinking less. And that is all because I put these down. And this all came to me in the show today. That's how high I am.
That's true. Sometimes
this was something I did a week ago and forgot. Yeah.
Well, tell you what. Let's talk about VPD.
All right, you guys. And speaking of VPD, because we just were, our VPD in the tent is let's say
there's a chart over
there's a chart. It's called a vapor pressure deficit chart. I mean VPD. Come on, not everybody knows.
No, but it's like we talk about temperature and humidity, but it's basically a sweet spot
where the humidity, and the relative. Not relative, but the Fahrenheit.
Humidity and temperature.
Temperature. Thank you, Mrs. Grode. They come together on this chart.
There's a zone that's correct for each stage of growth.
Yep, and I like to think of the transition stage being part of the veg stage. So that's usually, and that's where we're at now. Our environment, our VPD, what we're using is between 75 and 82 degrees. That's where our temperatures are. And our humidity is about 70. It's been between 65 and 70 this last week. But when I start watering more, it'll be easier to keep it at 70. A lot of people, though, I notice like to grow at around 60. But we find, looking at our chart, we find 70 a really kind of a perfect little sweet spot.
Well, we look at the chart and 70 seems to be...
I feel okay at
correct,
65.
correct.
I feel even okay at 60. But because we've always followed the chart, I've always had good growth. And this is actually, if you're following VPD and you're going along the chart, you should have the best possible growth because your girls are going to be photosynthesizing the best, you know, in this environment, you guys, you know, and I want to say this, the stomatas, they will open up for you guys. They will open up for you guys. And what can I say? They'll photosynthesize better. So I recommend staying in. We try to stay in, so I recommend you guys staying in. You know, it's measured by kilopascals. I like to say this because a lot of people, this is the first time they've even heard of this chart. Those numbers in the chart are called kilopascals, kPAs as they were. I'm just going to say that. I don't really look at the numbers because it's like, I didn't do.
Kinda nerdy.
Yeah, well, numbers. You know what I mean?
Math is not our forte.
No, it's really not. So that is the environment in the tent this week, and that's what the girls are doing. I'm happy to say the girls are looking absolutely beautiful, and I'm not upset anymore, Mrs. GrowDaddy.
I noticed
We've slowed the growth down, and we're doing it for Louise, and we're going to continue to.
That was really weird to witness.
Let's go take a look at these girls. Let's get some training on these girls because we have a little bit to do and we have some bud pitching to do. So I'll show you what I'm going to do to the girls today. I like doing this now. We didn't used to do this. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I start my training, because training is just starting.
It's kind of your fun hobby, huh?
Well,
it's like bonsai.
I bent these two girls over last week, 7 days ago. I've barely been in here. Let these girls grow up a little bit. And you know what? Marie, she wasn't tall enough last week. She's just making it this week. You know, she's just making it where I'm going to be able to bend her over and I'm going to pinch some buds. But Louise, no
bueno.
No bueno. She's not getting trained at all, except I am going to pinch her buds. I'm going to take each one because we got to have a certain amount of, we have to have a certain amount of bud sites. Like I said, between 40 and 50 is part of our growing style. And what can I say? Let's check out some weed porn. Come on. Welcome to our weed porn segment, you guys. This is where we're going to show you guys what all the girls look like and how beautiful they're actually looking and give you a good close look, as well as we're going to do our training on these girls. We're going to try to do as much training as we can and not make this too long, but today's pretty short. Just going to pinch some buds and we're just going to bend her over a little bit and put a couple clips in these girls. So let's get started with Louise. Let's check her out first. Come on. Hello, Louise. Louise is our Quebec black bud from Quebec Cannabis Seeds, and she is looking absolutely gorgeous. She is a bit runted though. Now, if you look right here, she had some tips that were kind of, didn't know what was going on there, light burn, but it's going away actually. Her tips were much worse. Just after watering them, those tips, you know, for some reason are kind of going away. But other than that, she is praying. She's really healthy. She's just smaller than everybody else.
Want to give her a spin?
Yeah, let's give her a spin, kind of show you what's going on before we get our hands on her, because I am going to take off a couple of those bottom leaves and I am going to pinch her buds if I can see them. They're so small.
Glasses time.
Yeah, let me get my glasses on and see if, let me start out by pinching first. Now here's where we pinched last week. Now we grew two nice long stems.
Take a look in there.
See, we pinched the top bud and we got those nice two stems that grew alongside of them. So right now we're just going to take each one of these other bud sites.
Anything that's...
Anything that looks like I can get to it. See that little bud site? It's very small. And the way I'm going to do it is you just kind of take it.
Bend it.
You just kind of bend it off. I got it doing this. Now you can use your fingernail too. You can use clippers. I hope I didn't get the leaves. See, that's dangerous doing it that way. I don't like doing it that way, but... And then we get this one here. Yeah, she's going to be, the other ones should be better. And I'll break, see how that just breaks right off? And then I'll go to this one.
You're causing two more and two more and two more.
Yeah, each two stems are going to come up out of each one. Break that one off.
That is how you pinch your cannabis.
Okay, and we just go around. There was two here. Where was that other one at? Okay, we don't want to miss any. Got that one. Got that one.
Are there any other?
Well, we got these up on the top too. Let's make sure and get these. Okay, we're going to get these too. And then get this one. Those are the 2 stems that came up from last week at the topping. So those are going to provide, we just pinch those off.
Any on the bottom?
Oh, we've got a few around here. And then we'll take one off over here. Now, I don't know if I could have done this yesterday. They wouldn't have been big enough. Some of these are just big enough. See, that came off. I just let them fall in the soil. And here's one down here. Right here. And if I miss any, see, this is where I'll start paying attention to these girls. I'll come down here more often.
Yeah, we might not catch all of them on
film,
camera,
but we're going to try to get most of them because there's
kind of pinch day, but you will go ahead and pinch as you see them.
Yeah.
Any new ones.
These are all going to grow 2 stems, so we're going to get more bud sites.
So after you pinch these, then
That's
they
it.
grow out a little bit, and then you're going to get 2 more, and then when they grow like a bud site, then you pinch that.
And she's all done because she's too small to really tie over at this point. She's close.
How would you? Yeah, whatever.
Well, I would bend her over, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it to Marie. Marie's going to get bent over today. Okay, you guys. So I also want to take off some lower leaves. Now I could use clippers too. I just got my nails need to be cut, so I can use my fingernails, and you know it's just easier.
What are you doing? You're pulling off some lower leaves?
Yeah. See?
Why do you do that?
Well, because they're touching the dirt. I mean, they're just down too low. They're going to come off at some point. So why not just take it off now? We'll just give her a little rough day. She'll recover. So this is what we're pulling off for just some of these lower leaves. And then look, see these? See these lower leaves right here? These things are kind of burnt. See, I'll take that off. And there we go. I know I bumped you, Mrs. Grodaddy. Miss Grodaddy hates me bumping her. And do you see that leaf right there?
Yeah.
You see it's kind of burnt, a little bit burnt. It's just a leaf that looks like it doesn't want to be there. You know, it's way on the bottom. And there's, I'll leave this one. I'll leave this one. It's kind of down, but it's not in the dirt. Right. And I just took a pile of leaves off her. Not too much, just a couple leaves. And that's all we're going to do to her today.
Your little buds on the top of the soil there.
Yeah, there she is. She's been pinched, and we just let her grow. She's growing slow already. So look at all of her little bud. Do you see her things in the soil? Yeah. See, these are all the pinch buds I just threw down there. And I think there's some here on the side that I've thrown on the side as well. They were everywhere. So that's her. Let's move on to Marie, and we'll check out her and look at her. Look at her. She just looks beautiful. I mean, so slow, typical runt. She needs more time to veg. And when you got other girls in the tent, you just can't, I'm slowing them down. What can I say? Because we're doing this together this season. We are. We're not going to have a runt.
Well, we're going to wait for you, Louise.
We're going to wait for her because you know what? She'll grow. She just needs some time, and we're going to prove that we can make this runt with a little bit. If we take out a little bit of the time anxiety and not worry so much about when we veg, I think we can get this done. Let's go check out Marie. Come on. Hello, Marie. Marie is our Runtz from Quebec Seed Company, and well, she looks more normal. She's a little smaller than the other 2 girls, so we're giving her a little more light, trying to get her growth up. But you're going to see some bigger bud sites that we're going to pinch, and we're also going to bend her over. She was a little small last week, so we couldn't train her and bend her over like we did the other girls. So let's get started on Marie, and we'll show you what we're going to do with her. Her foliage is different. Look she's got these big banana-looking leaves, these big indica kind of looking leaves. Yeah. But she's looking really, really good. She's looking beautiful. I mean, she's
fun.
Yeah, she's going to be really, her leaves she's got some huge monsters. Let's start out by pinching her real quick, okay? So this is where we pinched last week. It's a whole week of growth, and we've gotten these 2 new stems. You see, so what we're going to do is we're going to pinch we're going to go to the end of these and create. So we created 2, then we created 4. Now we're creating 8. Well, we're not to 8 yet, but we will be. We're creating another 4. So we'll pinch those, and they just snap off if you bend them generally, but you can take snippers if you feel a little better about it. And we're just going to make our way around her and take off a few here and there. Yeah, she's growing a little faster, but not quite as fast as the other girls, so we're still giving her a fairly normal amount of light. But I think I'm on to something with controlling their growth by light and giving the runt more light, giving the other girls less light. We'll give them time. Here's one way down here on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know if this will ever make it to the top, but we'll give her a try. You know, some of these, some of those bottom stems never make it. They end up being sucker branches. I end up clipping them at some time. And sometimes I wonder if I did that in the beginning how much further along I might be if I clipped them early.
Yeah, it's just kind of a...
It's kind of almost a no thing where I always clip these lower branches at some point. So I think we got them all. I don't, oh, here's another one. So we may find one in a few days when I'm looking around here that needs to be pinched, and I'll just pinch.
Yep.
And usually get 3 pinches in. So this is 1 pinch, and I'll get to pinch 2 more times.
Because after you pinch, you have to wait like a week or something like that for it to grow.
Yeah, and that's
grow it enough.
So that looks like I got all of her buds pinched that she has. So now what we're going to do is we are going to bend her over, and we're going to use some ties like we did last week. And I've got some ties here that are all pre-cut for me using them. I reuse them. And then I'm going to tie the stem. Can you get in there? I know it's kind of dark in there. Let me just get this around. My big fingers are taking up all the camera. So I literally tied that. Do you see how, can you get in there and see that, Mrs. Grodetti? Okay. So I literally tied that, and what that is that's going to anchor the bottom. So when I pull over on the other side, it won't pull it out of the soil or anything. So I'm going to...
won't pull the roots up or anything.
That's correct. So I'm just going to anchor this. Right there, that's probably enough. I mean, you really, see, she's kind of being jerked this way a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to jerk her the opposite way when we bend her over. And I probably should have done this before I did that. But you want to loosen up that middle stem. And somebody in the comments commented that they broke their...
oh, yeah.
They broke their Siska berry in half
right
doing
in
this.
half.
So what you want to do is you want to loosen this up a little bit. You know, just kind of move it around. Get her kind of loose. Loose as a goose. This is...
twist and bend.
Yeah, this is not considered... This is not
low stress training. This is kind of high stress.
That's correct. And you know what? I never even looked at it before. Let me. I'm going to take this out because I may twist it a different way. I never really looked at which way I wanted to go.
Oh yeah, you have to kind of go. What direction am I?
Where do I want to go?
It over?
Now I see lower leaves. I don't see a lot down here, so I see maybe this is a good direction for me to bend her. Is going over this way. Less leaves in the dirt to begin with, so I'll end up bending her over this way. So if I'm going to bend her over that way, I'm going to want to tie it over here, okay, on this side.
Just the opposite.
The
way.
opposite side, I want to bend her. So I'll just try to get this around a little bit. And there, she ain't going nowhere now. And then I'll take this side over here. Look how clumsy I am, just knocking leaves off of her. And then I want to take another...
Poor Marie.
I want to take another one. So we want to work this stem really good. Okay, we want to work this stem really good without breaking her. So if we loosen it up a little bit, she'll, see?
No resistance.
No resistance. You got to be careful though, especially if you just watered.
Yeah, the mistake I would have made is just try and slowly bend it over and hope it doesn't snap. But when you wiggle it around and twist it.
So now I'm going to tie this.
Can you tie right underneath the top?
Well, that's where I can.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, I could tie to these two.
No.
But I'll just tie to the stem because I'm just trying to bend the stem over right now. So I'll bend the stem over, and then I will tie it right here, like this. See there? And then I will tie it tight.
She looks like she's at 90 degrees.
Yep. So that's good. So now we've got her like this. So now she's been pinched, she's been bent over, and all these leaves are going to come up, and she'll look just fine in a couple hours, and she will have started the training process. She looks beautiful. I mean, she really, really looks good. And let me put...
no flies on Marie.
Nope. She's beautiful. She's really gorgeous. Who's next in the tent, Mrs. GoDaddy?
That would be Chantal.
All right, let's go check out Chantal, you guys. Come on. Hello, Chantal. Chantal is our Biscotti from Quebec Seed Company, and she looks like a cypress tree, doesn't she, in a way, Mrs. GoDaddy? Look at her from the side. Doesn't she just look kind of like a cypress? I mean, she's very pretty. Look at that. I love the way she's going to be trained. She's got a lot of spacing in her nodes, and she needs to be topped. And that's about all. We're going to bend her. What we're going to do is we're going to use a few clips on her today, and I'll show you how we're going to do. But first, let's do the same thing. Okay. Now here, where did we top last week? Last week we topped it right here.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the end. Look at this. Yep. See here. Let me get that leaf out of your way. There's where we topped, and there's the two stems from last week. So that's a week's worth of growth. And we'll just start topping the top of these, the new growth.
Pinch.
Pinch. pinch. And there's one up here, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch. Right here, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Right, don't want to miss anybody. Pinch. Pinch. You know what I can hear growing in the background? I can hear my dehumidifier came on, and we're gonna roll with that bad noise, but we'll get that noise turned off before we get to the next girl.
Before we do Colette.
So, okay. Look how fast I'm doing this, Miss. It doesn't take very long, you guys, and these are big enough that you can really see and get your fingers on. That looks like she's done. I've gotten everybody. I don't see any other bud sites, so yep, I've gotten everybody.
And she's already tied down anyway.
She is tied down, but what I'm gonna do to her is look what I'm gonna do. Get the side view over here. Let me take her plate out here. What I'm just gonna do to her is something very simple. I'm just gonna, I wanna bend her a little bit more. You know, I wanna just give a little bit more.
Tighten it up.
I wanna tighten it up a little bit. I feel like she can come down just a little bit further. You see how I kind of brought her down just a little bit?
Just by tightening that.
Just by tightening that stem.
Yeah.
See? There we go. Now she's getting pulled a little bit, maybe on this way, but she's hanging in the soil. I'm not pulling her out. She's doing just fine. Okay.
You're gonna appreciate this later, Marie. It's like getting braces when you're a kid, I guess. You know. It's gonna make you look better.
Yeah. How does that look, Mrs. GrowDaddy?
You may experience a slight discomfort.
See, and what we're also doing by doing this is we're going to get her a little lower in the tent. We're going to give her a little less light. Let's also use a couple clips on her. Let's get her leaves out.
These things are handy too. I think we've got a link in our description to get these.
Oh, they're real cheap ones. They're not the bud clips that are real expensive. I don't know I honestly don't know what the difference is between these and bud clips besides they're yellow.
I think it's about buying American or something like
that. Are bud
clips
clips American though? No, these are just, you know what these are? These are
these are the knockoffs.
Yeah, but these are also, you mean they're from China?
Yes.
Is what you're trying not to say?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No offense to China, but I think a lot of people like to buy, domestically.
Yeah, maybe some
we
people.
even say that in Canada, believe it or not.
But I don't buy domestically. Everything I buy is made straight from China. Yeah, everything. That's right. All right, so we're just tying her down a little, putting some clips in her, getting her down a little bit, but she's gonna come back up in a few hours. You know, this stuff's sitting real low, but these plants are gonna come back up, and I'm looking to see any more branches. How about this one right here?
I just love those. You call those curlers too.
I call them curlers. They're my curlers. And this one came off. I put this on. It's got a smaller stem on it, but you can get her to stay on there. And she's got a curler on her, and that brought her.
You just leave those in for like a day or two, right?
Or whenever, a week. You can leave them in whenever you need to move them again. You can move them. It's just.
You don't want the bud to get the stem to get too fat, or else it's really hard to.
I have left them on there too long where they become difficult to take off, but not impossible. You can always get them off, I reckon. She's looking absolutely beautiful. Colette, oh my God, you are literally.
She's perfect.
You're like a little bonsai.
Yeah,
right? She's kind of like a real little bonsai.
You're cool.
She's looking real. And all these leaves, you guys, these leaves will come up. She'll look beautiful. That's just what I do with the training. The training has started. The training has started. That's Chantal. Let's take who's next?
Colette.
Oh, of course, last but not least.
How could you forget? Colette.
She's the biggest. So you're going to see a size difference, a really noticeable size difference here, you guys. So let's go see Colette. Come on. Hello, Colette. Colette is our frosted gelato from Quebec Cannabis seeds, and I'll tell you what, she's just as green and beautiful as the rest of the girls. She's looking really, really beautiful, you guys. We're going to tie a few stems down, and of course, we're going to do some pinching on her. And she doesn't need much either. We're just gonna do a little maintenance on her. You see how quick it'll take me. It'll be real quick. She's got some huge new bud sites though, because she's growing faster and she's just hardier. She's a very hardy plant, and we're trying to slow her down so, our little girls can catch up with her. Okay.
Who would have thought you'd ever try to slow down the growth?
Yeah, who would ever thought? Stoner thought last week, and then I forgot about it. So let's start out here. Now you can see how she's grown. Well, first let's start where we
top.
The top. Now you're going to see. Look at this. Look how long those stems are.
Oh my God.
That's when we topped 1 week. She's had that in 1 week of growth. How comparable is that to the other girls?
Yeah, she's a monster.
She really is. So let's start topping.
She's our star.
She's our star. We'll end up topping these. Okay.
Superstar.
Now I could probably even top down lower, like go down a node. If I wanted to go down a node to really slow her down in growth, I could do that, Mrs. Grodaddy.
I don't know.
No, I can't do it to her though. I'm just going to take some light away from her.
Do you have the nerve to do that?
You know what? Another grow. We'll get closer to doing something like that. But yeah, I'm tempted to almost take her down, another node. If I took her down to this node, it would really slow her down. And that is so tempting right now. Oh, so tempting because that would really slow her down. It's making me think I may come in here in the middle of the night and do it. I may do something stupid.
Let me know if you do, because
I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be on film. I'm not gonna.
It will not.
It will not be on film, and I guarantee you, if I had to release those files, there would be a few minutes missing.
Yeah.
There would be a few minutes missing for sure. And
we try to do full disclosure, but
one of the cameras might be out though. One of the cameras might not be working,
or I might be asleep.
Yeah.
On the job.
So here's some lower stem. Look at this lower stem. I'm gonna see when I go back to these lower stems a lot of times, and
these are the ones you're like, I'm just gonna clip these off. Anyway later.
See, and they might not make it, but she's fighting to get on top though. That stem. Look, it's curving in those.
Yeah.
Do you see how it's just curving up? It wants to get on top.
It wants to live. So.
And then this one over here, she's been topped. We didn't have a lot of tops on her, but I can guarantee those new stems that were growing down below ended up being topped.
Let's see what's on the soil top. Yeah, you got a few.
No, not that many.
As many.
Not as many, but that's okay. She's going to be a producer.
What are you doing?
I'm just going to. What I'm going to do is tie down a few of these, get her a little lower, start training her. She looks about right. I don't think I can really do a lot more to that, except I can take these longer stems. Look at these longer stems from this topping. They're long enough to put a clip in.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
She's a good girl.
She's a good girl. So and then we'll clip the top of this. I can't believe I'm actually putting clips in these after 1 week.
That's
even amidst
impressive.
the slow grow. Even amidst the slow grow, and we will just clip them up. Look how easy this is, you guys. And then she'll be trained. And this is the first. I would like to say this is the first real week of real training. That we're doing to her.
We're still waiting for Louise.
Yeah, we're going to try to wait as long as we can.
If you have to do it midweek, I guess we could get some B-roll of it or something.
Yeah, and if we had longer stems, or if we wanted to, we have all these holes. See all these holes? We could tie any of these down with wire as well. We're not afraid to use wire. Did you hear me? Did you hear me, Colette? I'm not afraid to use wire. So this is the Russian gym coach in me. It comes out because I'm just all for discipline, And these leaves are going to come up. I've taken them all down. They're going to come up. In a couple hours, all these leaves are going to look really good. So she looks absolutely gorgeous. Let me get her nameplate back in here. Thank you, Colette.
Yeah, Colette's a good sport.
I'm trying to look.
She's waiting nicely.
And everything is so low, I have no room to put this in here. Let me see. I think I can put this somewhere in here without messing with the plant.
Down.
Yeah. Okay. Mess up all those roots. There we go.
All
She's
right.
looking absolutely beautiful. Come on. So that's our weed port segment, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the training. Hope you guys enjoyed the segment. The girls are looking really good, and they're going to recover in the next couple hours, and really, they're going to look really good next week.
All their leaves are going to go right side up again in a couple hours.
Yeah, I may be dropping these girls down a little bit even further to get less par because they need to slow down their growth. Louise, please, do something. Do something for me. Do something for Daddy.
I'll give her a pep talk.
Yep, girls are looking lovely. That's our weed port segment. Come on. Okay, guys, like my golf swing, same thing's kind of going on in the grow. I'm, what can I say? I'm not having the best game, but you know what? Here's how I see it. Now, I had a horrible 3-month slump this last year playing golf. Horrible slump. And it was because I had to learn a new swing. And I feel like that's what I'm kind of doing from time to time in my own tent, is I'm trying to swing things a little different way. And sometimes the results are a little slow or maybe diminishing. And, I got to tell you guys something. It turned out my golf game is really good. You know, right now, well, what can I say? I'm proud of my golf game. I wouldn't say really, really good, but hey, I've achieved some of my goals I wanted to achieve playing golf.
Personal best.
I've hit my personal best. Well, not recently. I just hit my personal best again. I missed my You just reminded me how frustrated I am at my golf game yesterday because I didn't get my personal best. I tied my personal best.
Well, same thing, right?
No.
Okay.
Everybody knows. And if they saw my scorecard, they would understand why I'm mad. I doubled on 18, for Christ's sake. I doubled on 18.
Anyway.
Oh, I don't know how I got in that. But let me tell you what. All I wanted to say is we're trying something new in the tent, you know, with as far as giving these fast-growing girls less light, hoping that'll slow them down. Of course, giving, especially, I want to say, you know, Marie's growing a little slower, but Louise is definitely she's just flat out.
She's lagging.
She's definitely lagging.
She's holding us up.
Yeah, she's holding us up.
She needs a real pep talk.
You know, I've seen with these runts a lot of times. You know, they grow like this, and then all of a sudden, they just say it's like they find their
They find their way in life.
The roots just all of a sudden everything starts going okay.
Yeah.
They learn how to be happy in their home. It seems like they're unhappy to some degree.
Growing pains.
Anyways, kind of an experiment because if she never picks up her growth, then we're gonna have a long grow. But you know what that is? That's content.
I suppose. Yeah.
And thank you guys. We appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts because you guys are always there for us on Sundays, watching, commenting, liking, and this is what motivates me to come out down here and do this, you know, on Tuesday afternoon with Mrs. GrowDaddy all day long. And
it's definitely what motivates me to work hard on the editing. And thanks, Gromies. I just love all of you guys, and thank you so much for the nice comments. Yeah, they really mean a lot to us, especially, well, we put a lot of work into this. I mean, it's kind of our art, you know, whether it be the grow or whether it be Mrs. GrowDaddy's editing, you know, it's kind of our art form that we're kind of doing. And of course, doing the show. I mean, this is something we're also trying to perfect and get better at each season, each episode, and maybe failing on some episodes, I would say. But sometimes, you know, really hitting some good gold nuggets, you know, and getting some good stuff in there. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Without you guys, there's no us guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week, episode 6. These girls hopefully won't grow much. Hopefully these girls are going to really do some growing this week, and we can see some real growth spurts out of these girls. So that's what our outcome is. That's what our game plan is, right? To grow these girls slower, so these girls can get more. And I'm including Marie because she's a little bit behind. She was where these girls were last week. She's not even to that stage. Louise isn't even to that stage. Anyways, I'm making this a long goodbye, isn't it? Love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Come on! Yeah, welcome. It's the 11th season, 7th, 10th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 12th. I'm going to do this over again. Oh, well, you got the papers in the wrong order, Mrs. GrowDaddy. Yeah. Oh, it was DLI. We don't care. There. Now they're in the right order. Okay. Gonna go blah blah blah.
Blah blah.
Shake around a little bit.
My golf game, frustrated with that shot. Can you believe this? Just like this. I mean, I'm going to compare a little bit. I've got something good going on here, but what can I say? I choked on those holes, and the score could have been a lot better. And you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Same thing happened yesterday that had to happen today. I got high. Yeah, I feel better now. Woo! Yeah! Come on! That was it. That was it.